When aespa was announced to perform on Good Morning America, expectations were sky-high. As one of the most prominent fourth-generation K-pop girl groups, their appearance on such a major U.S. platform was seen as another milestone in their international expansion. However, the moment that was supposed to cement their global presence quickly became a topic of heated discussion online. Their performance of Rich Man left viewers divided, with critics pointing out flaws and questioning what really went wrong on one of the world's most watched morning shows. The group, consisting of Karina, Winter, Giselle, and Ningning, has built a reputation for delivering polished performances with strong vocals, powerful choreography, and futuristic concepts. This is why many fans were shocked when the Good Morning America stage did not meet the usual aespa standard. From the moment the broadcast aired, social media platforms were flooded with clips, and comments ranged from confusion to outright criticism. Some said the vocals sounded off, others complained about the live mix, while a portion of viewers accused the group of under-delivering on stage presence. But when analyzing what happened, the story turns out to be much more complex than what the viral clips suggested. One of the main issues pointed out was the sound quality. Unlike pre-recorded music show stages in South Korea, live broadcasts on American television rely heavily on the production team to manage sound levels, mic balance, and audio clarity. In aespa's case, fans immediately noticed that the sound mix seemed poorly handled. The members' voices were either drowned out by the instrumental or came across as inconsistent in volume. This gave the impression of shaky vocals, even though multiple fan-recorded clips from the rehearsal and live audience showed the members were, in fact, singing on pitch. The disconnect between the in-studio performance and the broadcast audio quickly became the first source of controversy. Another factor was the stage design and camera work. K-pop groups typically perform with carefully choreographed angles, lighting, and camera switches that enhance synchronization and highlight key moves. However, U.S. morning shows like Good Morning America often use wide shots and handheld angles that do not align with K-pop's performance style. The result was that aespa's choreography looked less sharp on broadcast compared to how it was designed to be seen. Fans pointed out that iconic moments of the Rich Man choreography were missed entirely by the cameras, leaving casual viewers with a watered-down impression of the performance. On top of this, there was the matter of stage energy. Performing early in the morning in a studio filled with a non-K-pop-oriented audience is a challenge for any idol group. While aespa members maintained their professionalism, some critics argued that the energy level felt lower than their usual concerts or music show stages. Part of this could be attributed to jet lag, as aespa's schedule had them traveling internationally in the days leading up to the performance. The group had recently wrapped promotions in South Korea before flying to the U.S., leaving little time for rest. The exhaustion was visible to some viewers, and it added fuel to the criticism. The backlash was swift. Headlines and online posts began framing the Good Morning America performance as a disaster, with phrases like aespa underwhelms and vocals exposed spreading across social platforms. Detractors used clips to claim the group was unprepared for the U.S. market, while others labeled it as proof that aespa relies too heavily on studio production. For a group at the height of its international push, this wave of negative press seemed like a major setback. But fans were equally quick to defend the group, pointing out the external factors that contributed to the lackluster broadcast. They argued that the audio issues and awkward stage setup were beyond aespa's control, and that the criticism was unfairly directed at the artists rather than the production team. Fan-recorded clips from inside the studio showed much clearer vocals and stronger delivery than what aired on TV, proving that the broadcast mix had been the real problem. Many noted that aespa had successfully delivered strong live stages in the past, both in Korea and internationally, and that the Good Morning America controversy was more about technical mishandling than the group's abilities. Industry experts have weighed in, noting that cultural differences in how performances are produced play a significant role. K-pop groups are accustomed to precision-focused staging, with rehearsals fine-tuned for broadcast. U.S. shows, on the other hand, often prioritize a raw, live feel, sometimes at the expense of technical polish. When these two performance cultures collide, the results can look jarring, especially to audiences unfamiliar with the context. In aespa's case, their highly synchronized choreography and layered vocals were not properly showcased by the Good Morning America production style. Another key point is the song choice. Rich Man, while popular among fans, is not the most universally accessible track for a U.S. audience unfamiliar with aespa's discography. The performance could have benefited from a more high-energy or instantly catchy song, something that would grab attention in a short live segment. By choosing Rich Man, a track that relies heavily on vocal layering and smooth stage presence, aespa faced the additional challenge of winning over a casual audience without the full visual and audio support they usually receive in Korea. Despite the backlash, it is important to view the performance in the broader context of aespa's career. International promotions always come with risks, especially when adapting to different broadcast environments. What some saw as a performance disaster may instead be a learning experience, both for aespa and for their management. It highlights the need for better coordination between K-pop companies and U.S. networks to ensure that performances showcase idols at their best. Interestingly, the controversy may have an unintended benefit. The widespread discussion has brought aespa's name into mainstream conversations in the U.S. far more than a flawless but uneventful performance might have. Publicity, even when negative, can amplify awareness, and aespa's ability to spark global headlines demonstrates their relevance. Already, fans are mobilizing to counter negative narratives by streaming aespa's official music videos and promoting positive clips of the group's live performances, ensuring that the backlash does not define their global image. At the end of the day, what really went wrong on Good Morning America was not aespa's talent or preparation, but the intersection of technical mishandling, cultural differences in broadcast styles, and an unforgiving online environment quick to criticize. The group remains one of the most promising K-pop acts of their generation, with the skills and star power to continue thriving internationally. One imperfect stage will not erase years of achievements, and as fans emphasize, aespa has repeatedly proven their ability to bounce back stronger from challenges.